I remember when we were 19-31, we were playing playoff games in June, and they felt like playoff games. Every game was important. It was a vital game for us. The Wizards, watching them throughout the season, they were the same way. You could tell their intensity was up. These were must wins in the middle of the season, and sometimes when you get in that mindset, when every game is so important, so vital, and you do get to that finish line and you make the playoffs, you're held to play when you get to the playoffs, because you're going in. You know how it is to scrap for every loose ball, for every inch, for every bucket, and to play that defense. And we felt the same way. It was we were playing playoff baseball for 3 months before the playoffs started, and that aided us going through and starting off quickly in the playoffs, because you can't get settled in the playoffs. You got to hit the gas from the start and get rolling.
Bradley Beal is in his 9th year, and the Wizards have done a tremendous job of developing and retaining him, right? But the drafting part is he's 3rd overall, a lot of expectations. When you look at how he has developed as a player through those 9 years from the lens of a general manager, is that like the perfect way you want to get a player when they're that young?
Yeah, I mean, that's what franchise success is all about, and that's how you get to have long-term success with the organization. Is you draft them, you develop them, they get to know the Wizards way in this particular case, and when you draft a player like Bradley Beal, who was an offensive stalwart in his first game as a player, to watch his development as it being an all-around all-star elite player has been remarkable. The way this guy gets after it, distributing the basketball and playing defense, the way he's gotten better each and every year, taking more of an onus of leadership, which is palatable. That's something that's hard to do, and it's a skill set, and not every star player has that capability. He does. He's taken it to another level. As he goes offensively, the Wizards go, and then when you pair him up with another stud player, it's often a recipe for good things to happen. You can see how that thing grew throughout the season.
It's funny that you say that, Mike. Let's talk about competitors. You get to see Max Scherzer firsthand. We get to see Russell Westbrook on a night in, night out basis. What impact does that have on your team when you have a marquee player putting forth that kind of intensity when they're out there?
Well, we have leaders that lead in different ways. We have a Ryan Zimmerman who's a quiet leader, and Max is more of a vocal, in-your-face kind of a leader. It all comes down to it's don't do what I say, do what I do. The way Russ gets after it on the floor, you could see he leaves nothing on the floor. All he cares about is winning, and just the final score is what satisfies him. And I think you could see that about Max too. If Max could throw a gem of a game, if we lose, he's not satisfied and not happy, and he could scuffle during the game. And if we come out victorious in that game, he's happier than any other player in the clubhouse. So you lead by example, and that's some of those are vocal and some of them are quiet. But when you have those type of leaders like a Beal and a Westbrook, a Zimmerman and a Scherzer, that kind of fulfills all the requirements of being a leader and creating a culture and a chemistry in a clubhouse that just kind of uplifts all the rest of the players and makes them better. I always say when we win, we all eat better, and that's kind of the motto that we have here with the Nationals.